fractions to percents. Today we're going to continue investigating how we can turn a fraction into a percentage value. And although you may have had some trouble yesterday with this, believe it or not, you've been calculating percentages from fractions all year long. For instance, let's say that we took a quiz and you scored a 23 out of 26. If you remember, whenever you get your quiz score back, I tell you to find the percentage of this score. What was your grade on the quiz? And all that you need to do is treat this fraction bar as a division sign. So we need to get a calculator and do 23 divided by 26. If you scored a 23 out of 26, we're just going to be doing a division problem here. So 23 divided by 26 is going to give us a decimal, 0.8846. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. But we don't stop there because that's just the decimal value of our fraction. In order to convert it to a percentage, we're going to need to multiply that decimal value by 100 in order to get a percent. And when you do that, your decimal place is going to move over 2 places to the right. And after multiplying by 100, we find that the percentage of a 23 out of 26 would be 88.46%. Now, whenever I'm doing percentages for grades and whatnot, instead of rounding to the hundredths place, I usually like to round to the tenths place. So I'm going to look at this tenths value of 4, and it is going to round up because my 6 is 5 or greater. So the rounded percentage of this quiz score would be an 88.5%. So if you got a 23 out of 26 on a quiz, you would be getting a B. Let's do another example just to make sure that you have the hang of things. How about we take a look at if we had, instead of a quiz, our new fraction is going to be talking about boys in a classroom. And in our classroom, let's say that we have 8 boys out of a total of 22 students. I wanted to know what the fraction, decimal, and percent value of boys in the class would be. So 8 boys out of 22 students, I would represent that with a fraction of 8 out of 22, or 8 over 22. Now, in order to figure out the decimal and percent value of boys in the class, I'm going to need to do a division operation on a calculator. I'll do 8 divided by 22. And when I do that on a calculator, I get 0.36 repeating. So that would be the decimal value of boys in a classroom, but I can't stop there. I need to now convert it into a percentage. And in order to do that, I need to multiply by 100. So whenever I multiply by 100, I am going to get 36.36 repeating percent. And in order to be consistent with my first problem, I would like to round this to the tenths place. So I will look at my tenths. I see I have a 3, and the next digit is a 6. The 6 tells me that I need to round up, so I'm going to be going now to 36.4% of my class would be boys. So 36.4% of the class of 22 are boys. We will continue working with some percentage fractions to percents today in class. and you will have some time to ask me some questions so that we can work together to become masters at this operation.